Good evening, folks. Joshua Barrie outside Ibrox after Rangers won Alashkert 0 in what was a far more tumultuous affair than I think most people envisioned going to the game tonight. I'm losing my sense of speech because that was a really quite crazy 90 minutes. Rangers were really flat in the first 30 minutes. Morelos and Kent, where it was kind of a completely opposite performance to the drive and intensity that they displayed against Malmo here last week. The team were playing around and just weren't playing through much. It was very slow, it was ponderous. You could tell that they were starting to get a little bit nervy, as the crowd did as well, because, you know, Alashkert, I think everyone expected Rangers to make light work of them, but that wasn't the case. Alashkert, to their complete credit, were quite resolute, but it felt like a game where Rangers were the cause of their downfall, as opposed to Alashkert being necessarily difficult opponents. It felt like Rangers could have been playing anyone in that environment and they'd have struggled. And then the red card happens after two really silly John Lundstram tackles. I thought the referee was quite harsh. He branded us a lot of yellow cards, lost control of the game a little bit. But it was two silly challenges from Lundstram, and as he walked down the tunnel, you think this can't get any worse. This is a game where, although the Dunfermline win kind of put some nerves to bed, that was still in existence within the fan base. You could feel that. You go down to 10 men, you think this could get ugly. Going at half time, the new signing is unveiled, which obviously wasn't the best time for him to be unveiled, but he got a good reception nonetheless. And then Rangers come out in the second half and they stayed with a 4-3-2. And I think what helped Rangers is, in this system, that the front three don't have to do too much defensive work. They have to shuttle across and block lanes. But that meant the Rangers were quite comfortable. There was never a time where there was a sustained period of pressure from Alashkert. There was never a time where they really managed to exploit Rangers' high line, and that allowed Rangers to stay within the game. That allowed Rangers to not be picking the ball up in their within their own half. And there was a moment, probably about 55 minutes, where it just seemed to switch, and there was a couple of really good moments of Rangers pressure. There was a couple of moments where they pressed balls or just played through Alashkert as opposed to going round them and pinging crosses into the box, as had been the case against Malmo. And then the crowd really got behind the team, and it was a noticeable shift, and the noise was quite incredible for about 10 minutes. And then Alfredo Morelos came alive. Tavernier didn't have the best game of his life, but again, to his complete credit, he stayed with the team and provided a really good assist for Alfredo Morelos, and I think what must have been just after 60 minutes. And after that, it was relatively comfortable. So going away from home with a 1-0 lead is not what Rangers would have hoped, but it did feel a kind of significant. It felt significant in the way that they responded to what was it can't get much worse to a team you're convincingly expected to defeat. You're at home in the first leg of European tie and you go down to 10 men, so I thought credit to the team for coming back to that. I think the supporters would have been happy with that second half performance. I think it calmed a few nerves, but you still leave Ibrox tonight thinking it's not a great night overall, all things considered, but it was redeemed to be an okay evening and leave some positives. A word for Scott Wright, who I thought was excellent. Calvin Bassey was an absolute warrior out there, was absolutely superb again. I thought Aribo was good and Hadji was good. Hadji just ran his socks off. Even when he had cramp with about 2 minutes to go, he still made back the ground, so complete credits to them all as well. So we'll have all our thoughts as ever on the Rangers review site. Keep up to date with that all, and we will speak to you tomorrow on the morning briefing at 9:30. Cheers.